Hey guys, welcome to the new version of SMS Marketing Pro Ultimate. Those of you who aren't quite sure how to use it, I'm just going to run through a quick rundown of how to use this. It's very similar to the other one, very simple to use. Just made some changes on the algorithm too as well. But this is the dashboard, this is the main panel. It looks like the other panel from the other one. I always select all of these things just to let you guys know, Yahoo, Google, and Bing, just to get more numbers, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. What you do is enter your keyword, or you can load a list. I always usually just enter individual keyword because it gives a lot of numbers. Then you select your location. So wherever you're located, for now I'm just going to do Rhode Island and press OK. And then it's not that big over here, so what I usually do is select all of them. Check all. If you have a big city, you can select a whole bunch of them, but for the most part I usually select all and then OK. After that, you make it's loading the prefixes, as you can see. We do a save to file, so you can call it whatever you want. Let's just, for the sake of this, call it a test phone. For the sake of it, .text. Make sure it's always .text. Then you save, and this, don't worry about this. Is for custom. This is for advanced users. You don't need to worry about that. It's actually programmed in. That's if you just want to scrape directly from the search engine and you know how to enter certain search strings, but you don't have to worry about that right now. This is how you add prefixes, guys. So for your own cell phone, to make sure your own phone numbers are in those areas, I'll show you how it works over here. The area code over here is 401, and then I know that a cellular phone prefix over here is 935. So make sure you do that. Then make sure you capitalize the first letter of each word. So you can put that in North Providence. That's the city or town or whatever that you're from, and then the state. Select the state from the drop down list over here. I don't really worry about country because this really works best in the U.S. and Canada, but if you want to, you can put Canada or USA and make yourself feel better. It doesn't really make a difference. Then after that, add to database. If the number already exists, it's already in here. If it doesn't exist, it's going to add it to the database. So you have to make sure that you do that. If you're unsure of numbers, and if something is a cell phone number or not, and you're not sure, you just want to add more areas, there's a website that you can actually go to, and I can pull that up over here. Just give me one moment. And I'll even put the link on the back end of it, of the website eventually, but at least you can see it from here. All right. Just bear with me, I'm trying to find the link. Oh, okay, I got it. It's usplaces.com, us-places.com, and over here you can pretty much find anything you need. So if you go to I know there's a search screen right at the end of this. If you add phone exchanges, one second. Okay. Find, you can do Rhode Island, anywhere you want to go. This is it, right over here. Sorry about that. Typed in the wrong thing. It's US Places, phone exchange, and if you click over here, you can see what's a cellular and what's not a cellular over here. So you'll be able to see if it says wireless, so 225, you can enter if you want. If you know any of those things in your area, you know, like I know Metro Access is all cellular based. Verizon's are usually not. But you can kind of go through the list so you can see what you really want to use for areas. Or you can add them all, it doesn't really matter. It'll send out whatever you add. But I try to stick to the wireless ones, all the ones that say wireless. Or if you're unsure, you can just type in certain addresses into Google and you can find out if it's a landline or not. These are more or less always, Verizon's usually all home. Singular wireless again. But this is listed a whole bunch of areas. So if you're ever wondering what to add, this way to go. Right over here, this was mine, the 935, new singular wireless. So anything with wireless you can actually just take and you can add to it. You'd have to go through your whole area and add every single one. But you know, you could put Providence or North Providence or whatever you want to do, whatever area you're trying to target. You can put them under wherever you want to go, or Tiverton, or whatever you want to do. But that's how you add. If you're not sure of all the different codes in the area, you can actually look them up right over here. This is the major area codes. Then in the software, you'll put 401, and then you'll put for the wireless one, you'll put 401 and 209. So that'll be the 6 digits, 401, 209 right after it, and that's where you add it into the software over here. So you'll add, you know, 401, 209. So I know that's a cellular. I think this was in Providence. So Rhode Island, that's all you really need. Add to database. It already exists again, so I don't have to add it, and that's what you do. It has a whole bunch of them pre-populated already, but if it's not sending to your phone for any reason why, it might not be added, so you can add different areas into there anytime you want. It takes a little time, but well worth it in case you want to have every single area, you know, inside there. After that, you can run it. You made your save to file, you did all the prefixes, make sure you're all done, then you can run it. You'll start seeing it populate some results. The numbers growing. This is my test file. So these are all the numbers. You're going to get some other numbers because these people that they probably have numbers in Rhode Island or something like that. Sometimes you get a couple bad numbers, but it happens. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way Google searches, and it's the way people enter phone numbers inside of Google. So you'll have some numbers that are not, but it's only going to send. It's going to do a verification when it sends the message to make sure that it competes against those area codes. So it's never going to sell out. If in Rhode Island I don't have 401, 935 or this number, which I won't have 636 in Rhode Island, it's not going to send that. It's only going to send to all the 401 area codes anyway, so it's going to bypass all those other ones anyways. For now, I'm going to stop this, and you'll see right now I got 600. I used to use the keyword men. You can use anything that you're trying to target, whether it's a business or just people, or just put anything inside there and you have random numbers if you want to mark it. But this is the numbers. After that, I'm going to enter my own phone number on here. Put this over here and close that, just so you can do a test. What I did was add my number to the top of the list on the first one, just so I can send a test message to myself. And go to the sender tab. This is where you choose your list. Very simply put, just choose the list that we just made the test and whatever it is, which let me see is over test phone. There's my list. Twilio. I use Twilio. Make sure you put your Twilio credentials inside here. This is where you copy paste all your Twilio details over here inside there. Then after that, put out how many you want to send, or if you want to send to the whole list, you can send out to the whole list. Just leave it blank. But for right now, I'm just going to send out to 2. I just made any email, any message over here. Do you want to double your money? Reply yes. Reply info. Make sure that you keep it under 40 characters. This message you can always check on WordPad or any other program that has a character count, just to make sure you're within it. You get a feel for it after a while, so it's not a big deal, but that's how you do that. It has all the same features as the other one. You don't have to worry about easy texting. I don't use that. I use Twilio. Easy texting isn't bad, but it's a little bit more money. Proxy settings you don't really need. I only recommend you run it once a day, so you don't really have to worry about that. That's just more or less for the scraping, not the sending. This is how you send a message image. If you want to send a message image, you'll select an MMS image, and then it'll upload it to the database, and it'll actually send a message. If you want to unlink the image, not to use it, you press the unlink, and then you can put more text in here. So it's up to you what you want to do at that point. After that, all your information's in here and everything's all set. All your details, make sure everything's clicked, everything's right. And you can press send. You don't have to worry about the email subject line. That's actually not needed anymore either. After that, if you could just hear that I actually just got the text message from my phone number. Do you want to double your money every year? Reply yes, etc. I just replied to my own message, just so you know. And then you can go to the replier tab. After the replier tab, we already have our Twilio settings in there. Twilio, and at that point we can, for the sake of this, we'll just run it. This is whatever's in the database, or you can actually write, I'll show you in a second. There you go. Press the show grid button if the grid head is not there. That's what that means. It's a bug with Twilio, not with the software. Right over here is yes. I actually had 2 yeses, and this is some other people that are actually interested in some of the other stuff that I wanted. You'll have some people that put stop. Don't worry, they get taken right off the list if that happens. If you only want to search for you can clear this whole database too you can delete any individual message that you want or reply to them directly from here. Whatever message you put in here will reply to them directly with the reply button. I don't really use that too much. I only use this just for leads generation, and then after that I write down the numbers that are good and I make a separate list of them in a notepad so I can market to those opt-ins directly, or emails that I can actually call some of these people directly for some leads. That was a different campaign that we did before. But you know, or you can do a search and you can write enter a keyword and reply. So if I only want to search for yeses, you know, today I'm running something with a yes, and tomorrow I might be running something, you know, write restaurant, reply eat now, or whatever else. You can actually run the whole grid for that too as well. And now what will happen is only messages that responded yes will actually show up in the database, or yes, I might have it spelled wrong. It might have to be lowercase s in here. But right over here, yes and yes. So we're all set. We have those. And now I can just simply, you know, copy those down. Oops, sorry. Copy these down, make a note of them, and just open them up into a separate text file and send it. Try not to copy paste from here because it can mess things up. That's what I was just trying to do. That's mostly just for replying and deleting over there, but just write the number down and type it in really quick, and then you'll have your own opt-in list every single time you do it. It's very, very, very powerful, and it works great. You know, the software is one of a kind. You'll never find something like this for the price of it, and I do constant updates on it. If you like an update, or if you want an update, send me a message, and with a recommendation, I'll try to get to it eventually. You can delete all messages by pressing delete all, and it'll delete all the messages. And that's it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.